And the third thing that he prays for is to become protected, to be protected from pride. Pride. Pride is the thought that says, I did it! Yay! Envy is someone else did it. I wish I had done it. And that pain in one's heart is not respecting that God is giving empowerment. Pride is what we think that we do, and jealousy is what we think somebody else did or has. To be protected from pride, one needs protection from the Supreme Lord, who is the protector of all. So, in the personality of God that is literally standing before Lord Brahma, and he replies how to become free from pride and envy. Would you like to come up with the words? It's very nice. The emphasis goes to the relationship between Lord Brahma and the Supreme Lord, or the relationship between us and God. Brahma's service is manipulating or using the energies of God to make creation happen. So he says, in establishing, stay fixed in your relationship with me, by also remaining fixed in seeing my energies in relation to me. When you have accomplished that, when I'm fixed in your heart in that way, you'll be free from pride. Ooh, that's too simple. Let's do that again. Prabhupada said there's three things. Excuse me, there's two things. There's God, and there's gods. That which belongs to him. And there's not a third thing. There's no void in all of creation. Because void means something that doesn't exist in relation to God. But there isn't such a thing. Voidness just made a mistake. There's no such thing. Even space, where supposedly it's a vacuum. There's a little lesson that I learned in 8th grade science. I remember we had the science teacher put on a big table at the front, and said, here's a bell jar, just like a big, thick glass, and then he had a vacuum pump, and pumped it, it was really noisy, and had a little suction tube, and then he asked us what's inside. I pumped everything out, what's inside. And we get an A in the exam, we were supposed to say nothing. But a devotee wouldn't say nothing, because there's no such thing as nothing. There's space. And even by a common definition of space, there's space. There's probably a whole bunch of other things, like radio waves and all kinds of waves passing through that space. Because space carries sound. I won't go too far into this. This is from Samkhya philosophy, but we use this all the time. They say in space there's nothing. There's weightlessness and there's nothing. But all the time they send signals to a satellite that's up in space. It bounces off the satellite and comes back as a signal, right? So when that signal is passing through space, what's it passing through? It's something. It's space. And sound is carried in space. But space is also where we are. Like, we didn't take a vacuum pump and pump the bell jar. We have air. We also have some humidity, water, and fire and earth. So even when there's space, there's no fire, no earth, no water, no air. There's space. And space is an element, one of the external inferior energies of God. And just for those of you that have read Bhagavad Gita and things like that, you'll appreciate what I'm saying. The others, what's this guy talking about? The short message is everything is in relation to God, his energy. There's God and there's gods, that which belongs to him, and there's not a third thing. So Vishnu's advice to Brahma to become free from envy, which means his advice to us how to become free from envy, is to keep your mind fixed on the Supreme Lord, and you're doing your duty, your activity for the day, whatever your service is, whatever your prescribed duties are, and see those energies, see the Lord in those energies, or see those energies in relation to the Lord, and not otherwise. Relationship with the Lord, relationship with him through his energies, and you'll be free from pride. Because the ability to do anything comes from God. And the ability of anybody to do anything comes from God. If God chooses to give somebody this ability and somebody that ability, that's wonderful. It's his energies. He can decorate people with those energies whatever he likes. This morning, in the Bhagavatam class, Brother Narayan Prabhu was quoting Srila Prabhupada saying, I have created this ISKCON. I have given you the structure, now decorate it. Then he paused, and he said, I even give you the decorations. Just hang them. Someone's giving you the structure, someone's giving you the direction, the decoration, someone's giving you the instructions to do so. Where's the pride? It's service. If one's in the mood of service and sees the energies with which we're serving as the property of the energetic, there goes pride and there goes envy. And it's not a mental adjustment, it's devotional. Okay, I'm going to move on. The third example is Prahlada Maharaj, who showed his non-enviousness towards all living entities in the following way. When Lord Nrsimhadev requested Prahlad, little boy, 5 years old, to accept the benediction, his first request was, please relieve my father from all of his sinful reactions, for all of his misdeeds, including his attempts to kill me. He wasn't, I have a benediction, can you get him? He tried to. Yeah. Lord Nrsimhadev already got him. But relieve him from all of his sinful reactions. So Lord Nrsimhadev said, that's already accomplished. Ask for something that hasn't already been accomplished. So then Prahlad asked for, please liberate all the conditioned souls, because I don't wish to leave this realm and leave these unfortunate souls behind. That's a non-envious position, where one is the well-wisher of others, even above one's own apparent self-interest. Real compassion, real non-enviousness is to see the well-being of others. So if you had a time scale, here's enviousness, and the other side is compassion. This is what Vishnudev does. When he's describing how to become free from tendency for anger, put something over on this side of the hand scale. Practice forgiveness. If there's a tendency for envy, try to serve those who you feel envy towards. Try it. That's what Prahlad did. He was seeking the benediction for his father and the benediction for others who are unfortunate, to wish that they have good fortune. That's the non-envious person. there's two verses. This is from prayers by the residents of Jambudvip in 5th Canto, chapter 18. They're in sequence. The first one of the two is, he's praying, Prahlad Maharaj is praying for his own purification. The next one, he's praying for the benediction of all of those who are atheists. Here's the translation of text 8. It starts, Om Namo Bhagavate Narsimhaya. Namaste Tejase Avir Bhava. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Nrsimhadev, the source of all power. O my Lord, who possesses nails and teeth just like thunderbolts, kindly vanquish our demon-like desires for fruitive activity in this material world. Please appear in our hearts, not just in his own, plural. Please appear in our hearts and drive away our ignorance so that by your mercy we may become fearless in the struggle for existence in this material world. Then the next text, 9. May there be good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious persons be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing bhakti yoga, for by accepting devotional service they will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Sri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thought of Him. I'm going to read from the purport, just 2 sentences. Anyone who takes up Krishna consciousness and engages himself completely in the service of the Lord cleanses his mind of all envy. From the verse, Manascha Bhadram Vajatad Adhokshaji. Therefore, we should pray to Lord Nrsimhadev to sit always in our hearts. We should pray, Mahir Nrsimha Hridaye Nrsimha. Let Lord Nrsimhadev sit in the core of my heart, killing all of my bad propensities. Let my mind become clean, so that I may peacefully worship the Lord and bring peace to the entire world. One disciple of Srila Prabhupada, Saradiya Dasi, told me this, that she once asked Srila Prabhupada, when we hear that the chanting of the holy name is the prime benediction for all humanity, it's in Shikshastakam. So when we're chanting the holy name, should we think that the holy name, by chanting the holy name, all living entities are being benedicted just by us chanting the holy name? Nice question. And Prabhupada said, do you have the capacity to think of all